It's Willard here. Um, Today I'm going to show you how to do skins, how to make them, how to code them. I'm going to focus more on coding since most of the newer guys struggle with that. So first off, we're going to go to Patreon, which you can search that up. Um, you're going to need the subscription to Realistic Derby Project, obviously. Um, but what you want to do in Patreon is go to your settings and then go to account. Under social links, you would want to connect to your Discord to Patreon. Um, since I have it already um, connected, I don't need to do that. So we go to Discord, and then we go to skin templates. That will be in there after you connect your Patreon to your Discord, or your Discord to Patreon. Sorry. After that, you're going to want to go here and download RDP's skin templates. All the coding should be in there, so continue to download. After you download that, you can exit out of there. Go to your downloads, and then you're going to want to drag it to your desktop. After you drag it to your desktop, um, let's say we want to do, let's do a T-bird. Alright, so first of all, so we got this, skin coding, all the codings. I like going here. I have an unpacked folder pinned to my quick access. How you do that is go to your documents, BeamNG drive, moved here, and then you go into your mods, and you left click, new folder, and then name it unpacked. After you have that, I'm going to open two folders. So I'll have one open for my unpacked and the coding itself. This is what I like to do. This is just the way I do it. I know there's different ways. Um, so now we got both of these open. We're going to make a new folder in the unpacked area. And we're going to name it test T-bird or T-bird or test bird, something. And then in here, after you make that, you open it up, go in here, make another folder, name it vehicles. Then after that, believe it is, hang on. I have my own set of coding, because, yes, it is, okay, so after the vehicles, you put T-bird because that is what it's called in game. And then after this, well actually, you actually don't need to do this with his coding. So, sorry for confusing you if that does. So you just need to make an unpacked folder, and then name your skin, vehicles, you put that in there, and then after, in the folder RDP has, he has all the cars sectioned out already, so all you'd have to do is drag the T-bird into here, so copy and paste it, then you open it up, and then you have all your coding right here in the UV. If you want the roof signs, which is going to be nice, we use the team roof signs, so we'll drag that in there. So we only need this folder now. RDP is going to make fun of me for this, but I do not have Notepad++ have it as open with. So if you want to, go to open with, and then it should be here. And you can just do it by, for some reason it's not mine, but you would open it or select it as open with Notepad++, and you just double click on it. But I like to right click on it, or click on it and then right click, and then open with Notepad++. So in here with coding, I'm going to zoom in real quick. This is your coding. Alright, so to start off with it, actually, our folder layout is incorrect. So we're not going to mess with that yet. So this is our folder layout up here. So we got mods unpacked, which is correct. Test T-Bird, vehicles T-Bird. Hang on. Yet again, I'm overthinking stuff because I don't do videos very often. But yeah, that's what I thought was wrong. So back in the T-Bird, after you name the T-Bird, you want your first file name, or you can change it differently. Depends on how you want to do your coding. But I like doing it this way, and I like copy and pasting this so I don't mess anything up. I'm going to move it into the T-Bird, and then move all this stuff into the name file. And then we can do our coding. Yes. Okay, so we open it up with Notepad++. Don't know why that one's still there. Okay. So now, in the coding, where it says skin name, that will be the last folder you name. So here it says test bird, so I'm going to highlight skin name, go to search, replace, and where it says replace with, you will name it, or you'll type in the folder you named the first. And then press replace all, and then that will replace the top three. And then down here, you only have to change custom folder, which I like to control or to copy and paste, so that's what I did. And then image name. You can also change this depending on what you want the skin to look like. I like using DDS, which is direct draw surface. We'll talk about that in a little bit as soon as we get into paint.net. Now this is the J-beam, which this part will show up in game. You'll change the first one and the last one to the last folder you named. And then the name, this part shows up in game. So we'll name this test T-Bird Willard. So that was your coding and the file layout. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the help in RDP, or you could even look at the how-to guides. Alright, so we have all coding and folder layout done. We are now going to open paint.net, and it'll open up like this. The best thing to do, really, for beginners is to get to know what your tools do. So that was paintbrush. You can use scroll wheel. If you scroll down, it makes the brush larger. If you scroll up, it makes it thinner. Or you could, of course, just click on it and pick the size you want. This also, the hardness, it changes all types of stuff. I'm not going to get into it too much today, so I'm going to go back to 75 because that's where I like it the best. From here, we got a blank piece, and we want the UV, so we go to Open, and then we'll go to Unpacked after you pin it to your quick access. It should be there, so if you click on Unpacked, or you could even go to, if you don't even have your mods there, you can go to Documents, PNG, moved here, then go to Mods, Unpacked, and it should be in there. And then you want to go to the clear back, and we want to open both of these. We don't need this. And then I'm going to copy and paste this. Alright, so we have our UVs here. What I like to do is color the background, and I'll show why this is helpful in my way, I guess. I know a few people do this, but I like, if you click on the outside of the UV, it outlines the car. It's like, for example, if you would click here, it just does this little square. But if you click on the outside, it outlines the car. And I like to pick a color that I won't be using for the car itself. So I'm gonna do, let's say, like a lime green. And if you hold shift and click on the outside, it will do the whole outside of the car. And then you control, well, it's still outlined. If you see here, it's still outlined there. So while it's still outlined, if you hold control, or if you copy and then make two layers, this is how you make layers here, by the way, and then you paste it, it makes like a border thing, so I'll show you real quick. Paintbrush, and then we'll make this size, and I'm on the wrong layer. Make sure you're on the layer in the middle. Now it's like a little border, so you can't paint outside the lines, basically. Alright, so we got this for our colors. What I just did was I merged these layers together so so they all move together, basically. Anyway, we were going to do graffiti on it, so you could either go to, oh, that's not what I wanted to go. You can go to Chrome, and I like using Text Studio. It's a graffiti place, so, and it's free. Use this one. I'll do Willard. Make this quick, so we'll do black and white. I just copied it from the end there, and we have it in here. Make sure you make a new layer every time you add something, because if you don't, I'll show you here in a second. So I'm gonna Control C and Control V, so it's copied and paste, and this is what happens when it's on the same layer. So it like has this weird rectangle of where the original copy came from, and it just doesn't make it look better. So we'll go back here, and we just copied it again, and we made a new layer, so it's above it. And now we can stack it so it doesn't have that box, which I think is very convenient, and it looks better that way. If you want to do like shadows or numbers getting overlapped or something like that. Make a symmetrical. And then for my roof sign, I'm going to make it just a new little area so I can copy this for my roof sign. And then I'm going to get my number for my roof sign as well while I'm have this open. G59. And then I'm gonna add another new one for the number. And then for the background of my roof signs, I'm going to do a gray and white one. They're going to be separate roof signs. Just kind of like that. This tool, oh, that's on the roof sign. Make sure you have a new layer. I do it every once in a while too, but it's very important. Gray and white one, and then we'll copy this, new layer, paste it, and we'll put this kind of thin at the top. And since these are not that close, you can leave it on the same layer. And then copy the number, new layer by the way, and then put it in there. You can angle it by dragging on the outside arrow, or outside of a box. And I'm going to copy and paste it again. And line it up with the other one so it looks symmetrical. And then that's about it for your skin. But I am going to add one of my own pictures. Just because I like doing that quite often. I'm going to go back under, right above the colors of the roof signs. There's also plugins for Paint.net, but I'm not going to get into where to find them in this video. Because what I'm about to do is very nice with the plugin I have. I'm going to outline it so it kind of goes with the number. And copy and paste it to this side. And then we're done with the skin. Before we save it, I'm going to unmark this, and which I like to do, but to me I don't think it really matters, but there is a possibility it does. But I'm gonna unmark it for now. But in this, it looks all blocky because I used the rectangle selector and painted it. The only reason why is because I was using the borders and it shows up like this. So after you click this, don't worry about it making it look weird because it only the colors on the car that you painted is only going to show up. So anything outside the UVs will not show up on the car. Okay, so we're done with the skin. Now we're going to save it and see if it worked. So we got a file, save as, and then instantly I like going to direct draw surface and then going into our unpacked folder, which I'm going to go through documents once again. Mods, unpacked, test T-Bird, vehicles, T-Bird. And I like clicking on it and then going to rename and copying it, just so I don't mess it up. And then into file name, you will want to paste it in there and then press save. So now in here, before you press OK, we want to look at your settings. We are going to be on BC7, the sRGB. So this one. I think it shows colors more, if I remember right. It's been a while since I've started doing skins, and I don't really explain things too well, so I'm sorry if you guys get confused. After this shows up, we're just gonna press flatten, and then we minimize it, and we can leave this. And now we're gonna bring up BeamNG Drive and launch it. And then you can go to any map you want. I like going to the grid. This might take a little bit. I just cleared my cache. There we go. So we did T-Bird. So we got vehicles. Find the T-Bird. Let's spawn in this one. Go to vehicle configurations. And then I'll see if this works. It does not. I'm gonna put the roof signs on real quick. So you want to go to your paint design, and there's our car, our skin in game. I'll click on it, and it didn't work. So we'll go to mods, update it, just make sure. And then alright, so we did have a broken skin file, so I messed up on the folder layout or coding. So go into the unpack, test T-Bird, we did our test bird. That's what we named it. T-Bird. That could be the reason right there, because this is on the outside. That is correct. I will go back into the JSON just to make sure one last time. DDS. Make sure I saved it. Okay. These all should be correct if I believe. Just let me look at this real quick, just to make sure. Okay, and then we'll go back in here. Update mods. And it's still saying it's incorrect for some reason. Might have to restart the coding and just copy the picture. So here, we'll go back in here. We're gonna name this different since it's a new folder. Can't have the same name. Test T-Bird. Copy that. And then exit that one, skin coding. Alright. This is all my coding, by the way. And vehicles. Copy that over. T-Bird. Change that one. Test T-Bird. Yes. Test T-Bird. Replace all. You know what I bet I did? Nope, it's correct. .dds. File save. STBird, replace all. Change this middle one to Willard. T-Bird. Vid. File save. And then we don't need the UV since we've already painted one. So we'll just go back into here and file, save as, and then paste the new name down here. So test T-Bird. And save. Okay. And then we'll go to unpacked and we'll delete this one. Open back up Beam. Paint design. New skin. There we go. There it popped up. Not sure what I messed up on the first one. But the skin is in there. The same way I painted it. Put on the roof signs, see if they're lined up. Team doubles. And to go into free camera, you press Shift C. And then it's WSAD to move your camera. And if you press Alt and scroll wheel, it slows down your camera.